VaderVengeance back at you again with
another video.
Today it's Moose's 5th birthday and I rented him this dope penthouse. Your cat only turns 5 once, right? A lot of people ask, oh yeah, how did you end up getting Moose? It's a long story, but it's pretty entertaining, so I just figured I'll do that for his birthday.
Da 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 da.
I was never allowed to have any pets growing up. No dogs or cats. I had fish, I had a leopard gecko, and I had hamsters, but never was allowed to have a dog or a cat. In college, I decided to get a fish. I was completely obsessed with the show Supernatural, and my favorite character, Sam, in the show is played by Jared Padalecki. Sam in the show's nickname was Moose. So I named my first fish after the Supernatural character's nickname. He was just swimming around in my dorm room until one day he just mysteriously disappeared. Like, I could not find my fish. My roommate couldn't find the fish. We're like, where the hell is this fish? It was just like an empty tank. Like, he was there one day and then he wasn't there. Like, I have no idea what happened. So I actually requested the security footage in and out of the dorm to see, you know.
Did somebody steal my fish?
I got the security tapes, nothing. 1 week later, my roommate was looking in the top drawer. She was like,
Jill, your fish is in here.
I was like, excuse me, what? And she's like,
yeah, your fish is in the drawer.
beta fish are known for jumping out of their fish tanks. So if you don't have a cover for your fish tank, a fish will literally jump out. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Fish are kind of easier than other pets to replace. So the next day we went back to the pet store and I got my second fish. So this one was called Moose 2.0. What happened with Moose 2.0 was I took him home for winter break. I had asked for a kitten for Christmas. I ended up not getting a cat for Christmas. The only thing I had was Moose 2.0. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna clean his fish bowl out really nice and then, you know, just treat him really good. I cleaned his fish bowl out, but I put soap in it and I forgot about it. I came back hours later. I was like, okay, great. I forgot that I put soap in the fish bowl. I put Moose 2.0 back in the fish bowl and he ended up suffocating. And he was swimming around. It was so sad. And luckily my biologist uncle was there at the time. So I was like,
Please help me, my fish is dying!
I don't know what he was doing in the bathroom for like an hour just trying to revive this fish. It didn't work. So I was sitting on the floor crying and I was like, you know what? I'm getting a cat. I just scrolled through Craigslist for like 2 hours just looking for a free cat. And I found one that I absolutely fell in love with. I found a cat that was already named Moose. Hopefully it wasn't like a curse of the Moose name, and I mean, he's fine now. Right, you're fine, you're okay. He's fine. The owner explained that his cat, whose name was also Moose, she was just really big, like a mix of a Maine Coon, which he's 20 pounds, so I see where that came from. The mother's name was Moose, and she just had a litter of kittens, and he was the biggest one, so they named him Mini Moose. I told the guy, look,
I'm coming to pick up this cat, like, I need him in my life.
mind you, still not allowed to have any pets, didn't tell my parents. This guy, he texted me back, he said,
oh, by the way, I live on the Eastern Shore.
Eastern Shore, compared to where I was at the time, it's 5 hours away. It was the day after Christmas. I luckily had a friend who lived on the Eastern Shore who was home for Christmas, and I convinced my parents that I was going to visit my friend on the Eastern Shore 5 hours away, and they were like,
Yeah, sure, but have your boyfriend go with you.
so my boyfriend at the time, he agreed to drive, and he's like, don't worry, I'll make sure she's safe and everything. Finally get there, brand new car. I get rear-ended. I call my parents, I'm like,
That's alright, I just got a brand new car, but I got rear-ended.
so they're just
Like, don't worry about it, it's okay, it's your first accident, like, we'll deal with it when you get back.
Okay, my friend drove us to meet up with the cat owner. You know, on Craigslist, not everything is as it seems. This is the pretty sketchy part. His name was the Captain. He didn't give us first name, he didn't give us last name, just the Captain.
Okay, that's cool and all.
So he gives us the address. It's like a sketchy Walmart parking lot. We don't see him. We wait there for like 20 more minutes. And then this white sketchy pickup truck pulls up. License plate says Captain on it. So I'm like, okay, this is the one. He's wearing like a white beater and he looks kind of creepy. Hands me a cardboard box and leaves. Okay. Luckily, there was a cat inside and it was this little boy. And I immediately fell in love with it. But the story isn't over yet because my parents still have no idea. The rear end, it was really bad. Me and my friend had this brilliant idea. We just put bumper stickers all over the area that was dented. As soon as I pulled in, my dad was like,
You need to take those bumper stickers off.
I was like, oh, this is totally better. But it was not. At that time, I had Moose wrapped up in his carrier and I put like a little blanket over him so nobody could tell. I just wrapped him up and I basically just ran inside my house and I'm like, nothing to see here, folks. This little baby Jesus figure, I hid him in my room for 3 days. My brother knew. I let him come see the cat. We played with him. So it was kind of suspicious that I had the door shut for 3 days. My mom was like,
Forget this, I'm coming in, like I don't know what you're hiding in there, but you know, I just want to make sure you're safe.
and my mom was outside the door and I was on the other side and I'm like,
Mom, before you come in, there's something I have to tell you.
and she was like, what is it? And the first thing out of her mouth was like, is it a live animal? She just knew. And I was like,
Yes.
my dad had 7 dogs growing up, so he was like, absolutely no dogs. Like, so I was like, you know what? If I tell her I have a dog in here, when she sees it's a cat, it's gonna lessen the blow. That didn't work. She opens the door and it's this teeny tiny cute little cat. But she goes,
Oh no, hell no, you are taking him back where he came from immediately.
I can't because I got him 5 hours away on the eastern shore, so I can't go back there. But luckily, over the next few days, they kind of got more used to him, and he's a service animal. My therapist actually wrote me a prescription for him. Before people used to abuse that stuff, he really pulled me out of my shell and made me an extrovert. Like, I used to be such an introvert. I was in special housing for my intense anxiety, but when I got this cat and I brought him to college with me, people would come pet him and talk to me. I just started talking to people more, and it was just completely different from, you know, when I didn't have a cat. There's a lot to thank this guy for, and I just wanted to tell you guys a fun story of how I got him. So that's it. Tune in next time.